Hear me okay? In regards to security, before I start, we're joined here by some members from the Parks Enforcement Team and NYPD, and as always, appreciate their help with security here in Battery Park City. The Parks Enforcement Patrol contract that the Battery Park City Authority has with the New York City Parks Department remains in effect, and that includes our current 24/7 coverage. Hello, Captain. And that includes our 24/7 coverage and the command desk, which continues to be operational as we speak. And so as a supplement to that, on Friday, we will be again safety ambassador patrols in Battery Park City beyond the green spaces to all of the open spaces in Battery Park City. And so that can include the eastern boundary, the Esplanade, and the bridges as well. And we've been working with them, as well as the captain, who's here tonight from Parks Enforcement Patrol, to coordinate our efforts in anticipation of that launch. They'll provide additional visibility in Battery Park City, not just to be a deterrent to crime, but also to help us on the maintenance side of things with Bruno and T and their team, and be an additional set of eyes and ears, so not just for safety issues, but for maintenance issues and reporting them back to us. And we'll have some enhanced technology with that, where we'll be able to do tracking of those reports online by location, so we can figure out how best to deploy our resources given that information. Related to that, we currently use the regatta space in part for our command desk, but also for as a facility for the CERT team, and we also do some senior programming there as well. Our lease is up at that space, and so we're going to be transitioning in the coming months to a new space at Liberty Court. And so with the help of Gwen Dawson and her team, we're going to be outfitting that space. So it'll be brand new, and we're taking into consideration the requirements that current users of that space have, so we can make sure that we meet those needs. So we'll have more details on that as we finish the timeline with that new lease and outfitting the space. Thank you.
So I just have two final things before we can open up the floor. The first is, for those of you who are not on our, who have not signed up, we do have a monthly newsletter that we've been putting out for the past 4 months. It highlights activities going on in Battery Park City, and it also highlights members of the community. Ruth Orman, the head of the seniors for Battery Park City Seniors, was highlighted in our last newsletter, and I would encourage you all to sign up by going to the authority's website, because it's a good way for us to be able to continue to keep in touch with all of you. And for you to know what's going on here on more of the fun side of things, sort of our programming, and also local, the museums let you know about upcoming programs through this newsletter. We're again trying to stress it as a community newsletter. We have museums, we have cultural sites, we have other people here that are very important members of our community, Brookfield Arts, so we're trying to get the word out to everybody who wants to participate. And finally, there was Asphalt Green, which is now open here, as you know, was engaged in cultural programming in addition to their physical activities, physical fitness activities. They are finding little community interest in the cultural arts services they've offered. So things like culinary arts, language arts, theater arts, and dance, as well as hockey, baseball, and circus arts on the physical fitness activities that they're not finding any interest. They have asked that in an effort to offer services that are of interest to the community, that you provide them with any feedback on things you might like to see. These requests can be directed to Brian Beery, who is the director of the Asphalt Green Battery Park City campus. We have his email up there. Also, if you would like to talk to them and get any information to them and you haven't written this down, again, we have a contact sheet with all the relevant phone numbers that you need for the authority and parks, so feel free to reach out to us to be able to keep going.
Sherry, mention the ones that they're kind of oversold. Didn't they tell us that there was some
Right,
things
they also have overset. They have found that martial arts is very popular. With their membership, they have found that martial arts, Pilates is also extremely popular. So we're trying to achieve a balance because obviously there were certain commitments made, and since there doesn't seem to be an interest, how best we can use this resource is the next topic of focus for us here. I will also note, which is not in a PowerPoint, but our community center itself, which is the Stuyvesant High School, is up and running, and we have a lot of activities going on there, and it is incredibly reasonable, and you can go and swim just on a day if you feel like going in the pool for very little money if you don't feel like taking on an annual membership. We're going to be running a basketball clinic over the holidays for kids, both younger and teenage kids, obviously separate groups, but we'll be running those programs. And again, Craig Hudon is here, and Peter Wheelwright and Doug Van Horn is here too, I think somewhere from our programming department. And, we really want to hear from you as to what kind of programs we're not providing that you want to see. These are things we're excited to do and we're excited to provide. The teen night has been very popular, and it's been great, right? No parents allowed. That's the rule. Your teenagers can come. The kids have been very communicative about what they've wanted to see, so we've changed the hours. We provide food, and we just provide a hangout space. And for teenagers, it's I am a parent of one, it's hard to find things that necessarily keep their attention. So this kind of free-floating space where there's no programmed activity, that they can come in and find things to do and get a snack after school on a Friday night has been extremely well received from the teen community. And again, it is free of charge. So we encourage you to spread the word about that. And again, come to us with other ideas of programming you're not seeing. With that, we're done.
So we're open for